What's up, guys? Welcome to another recap of a trading week. This right here was officially my worst trading week I ever had. Oh my god, this was so bad. I lost about $10,000 this week on my funded account. Gratefully, it's not my own money, but still hurts a lot. What happened was that I decided to move right to my new house. I bought a new house, my first property. So excited. Everything is going good because I bought a new house, bought a new car, and I decided to trade while I was moving. Worst mistake I ever done. Also, I decided to let my ego into my trading because I was not losing. I was consistently winning a lot. So I was like, okay, I'm unstoppable. I can now trade at any time. And I think I'm gonna win because I was winning in Tokyo session, I was winning London session, I was winning New Year's session. And I should have just stick to my rules to New Year's session and that's it. Sometimes I trade Tokyo session because it gives good entries, but like trading every single session, don't do that. Don't ever do that. Please just stick to one session. That was a big mistake I did. I should have just stick to my plan, which is New Year's session, and that's it. But now I'm paying the price, and it is what it is. So let's start. I decided to trade on Sunday. Who trades on Sunday? My God, like I've never traded on Sunday. I didn't have the need to. I was up $3,000. I decided to take this dumb trades. I mean, kind of this one I get it why I took it because it was kind of like it was consolidating to be honest, but it is a big consolidation over here. If you measure this, it is about, let's see, I'm curious about this. It is about a 300 pip range, so pretty big. So I thought, okay, price might reject over here and start going up, just like it rejected over here and went up, but it didn't do it. So I decided, you know what? It took me out. I'm not gonna take it. I know it's gonna go that way because I've been winning. And boom, took me out twice. Guess what? I lost like $2,000 in those two trades. Starting off on a Sunday, not even starting the week on the Monday. So now I'm back down to $1,000 profit only. So that right there pissed me off a lot. I'm not gonna lie. And I decided to not trade on the New Year's session next day, which gratefully I didn't do it because I could have lost. To be honest, I would have sold over here and it would have taken me out so bad. So it was a kind of a good decision that I didn't trade next day. But guess what? I decided to try and trade Tokyo session again, if I'm not mistaken. Probably London. It was London, yeah. So I was moving all day, basically busy all day. Got on bed eventually. I was like, okay, I might not wake up tomorrow for New Year's session, so I'm gonna trade London. Let's see what London has to offer. So, anyways, let's see what happened in London session. So, as you can see over here, there's like kind of like a bearish movement, and it went all the way up. So I was like, okay, maybe this is a fake out of a rejection of this area to continue going to the upside, and the market is gonna keep going to the downside because it has gone up a lot since it touched this area. So I was like, okay, it might come down and break this area or come and test this area out again. And let's go 30-minute time frame to see what I saw. So basically, this trade was horrible. Why? Because I was guiding myself with the 1 hour time frame bearish engulfing, but look at the 30-minute. There's no bearish engulfing in the 30-minute. There's nothing that's telling us that the price is gonna keep going down. This is basically a perfect entry for a buy. So I was not patient. And this right here is a horrible entry for a sell. So I just fucked up, to be honest, with this trade. This would have been a super nice buy. But anyways, took me out another $1,000 down the drain. Now I'm a break even. And then I decided to buy over here. Let's see in the 5-minute time frame. Yeah, I decided to buy over here. Boom. Went up, took me out. That's another $1,000 down the drain. Now I'm negative. Now I'm pissed off because I was just at $3,000 profit the day before. And guess what? Took me out another $1,000 down the drain. Now I'm at 1% drawdown, which is $2,000 down. I was so pissed off. I was like, oh my god, I just lost $5,000 in 24 hours. Not even. I was like, okay, this is bad. Plus, I'm moving. I don't need this kind of stress, especially with a new house. But it is what it is. And then the next day, this was super dumb. Because the next day, I decided to trade like 2 times in a consolidation. Like, oh my god, what was going through my mind? Why the fuck I would trade in consolidated market? Like, look at this, bro. Like, this is horrible. And then plus I decided to sell instead of just follow the consolidation. Like, okay, it rejected this area. What's the thing that's gonna make more sense? Of course, price is gonna keep doing this over here. So I might as well just buy and close out over here or over here. But nah, my ass decided, okay, probably the market is gonna get ready to break down to the downside since price is way too up right now and it has rejected this area right here, but it has rejected this area too. So I don't know, man. I decided to put two cells that I got taken out. So that's another about $3,000 down the drain. So at this point, I'm like $8,000 down for the week. Pretty fucking bad, bro. At this point, I had the account sitting down at about like 195,000 or 194,800 probably. And I was so pissed, bro. It was Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, losing in multiple trades. I was like, what is going on? Like, I have been winning like crazy, and now I'm losing and overtrading and messing my psychology up. Which this is the worst thing that can happen to you because you gotta have self control. And I didn't have self control those days. I should have just kept my risk ongoing, 1 trade per day. I would be good. And then let's see what happened on Friday because I think Thursday I decided to not trade just because of how the market was treating me or how I was treating myself. So this day, yeah, I got a little win. Got a little win right here. And if I'm not mistaken, those days I lost a little bit more than $8,000. I think I was risking a little bit more on those days. So I was basically down like $12,000, let's say. And then this day I recovered like about 2,000. So I lost $10,000 that week. Pretty bad. My account went from $203,000 all the way down to $193,000. Pretty, like, if you see in percentage, it's not that bad. It is only 5% down in a week, which, yeah, it's kind of bad. But 5%, it's not a lot of money. It is a lot of money when you see it in numbers, which is $10,000, but it is $200,000 account, which is not crazy bad, but still. So, anyways, finish up the week at least with a little win, but it didn't make such a difference. So let's see what happened on Monday. And to be honest, I should have just waited until I finished moving. I finished moving on Thursday night, so I should have just waited until Friday. And look what happened. I won. I won next day after I finished moving. Why? Because I could focus on trading instead of focusing on moving and renting U-Hauls and moving stuff and building stuff, assembling stuff and all the shit that comes with moving. So now let's go to Monday. Monday I decided again to do some dumb stuff and trade on London session. Dumb mistaken. Oh my god. I hate to see this, but it played out perfectly fine. At least just because it rejected this area that has been rejected every day, and I just decided to take the same trade I took the Friday. So it played out in my favor. Now at this point, I recover about $1,500 more because I didn't want to risk that much. So I was up like 194,000. I was not up. My bad. I was down now about $6,800 if I'm not mistaken. I had the account at this point at like 194.5, not 194.6 about that point. So then I decided to trade this. This actually was kind of a good entry in my eyes, just because, well, not that good. In 30-minute time frame, it looks horrible, but the 15-minute time frame, was looking good with that bullish engulfing. And but I decided to buy because the market is basically trending bullish at this point, breaking records and stuff. And I decided to buy, but I should have just taken the same trade that I took Monday and Tuesday and Friday. My bad. Cause, oh no, the market did play out in my favor. So at this point, I'm up. My bad, guys. I totally forgot that this trade played in my favor. I thought it didn't. So at this point, I'm again with my Eagle up, unstoppable. Now I remember. I was like, okay, I'm back on the grind, back up. At this point, I'm sitting at about $1,000 more because I didn't want to risk that much because I just wanted to boost my confidence a little bit more. At this point, I'm sitting at about $195,000 or 196, about that point. And then I think this is when everything started plumbing. Um, let's check the 15-minute time frame. Okay, so boom. Pretty sure this trade right here, I got taken out before it touched my take profit. This right here got me so sad, bro. Like it went all the way down about 2 pips to take my to touch my take profit, and it took me out. And I had big risk on this trade right here. I had about $2,000 of risk on this trade because I was so confident, and it was gonna put me at a break-even point, and I lost the 2,000, right? So I decided to trade again over here, and I won. But I decided to trade with less risk, so I only won $1,000 of the $2,000 that I won. So basically, I was still at a loss for the day of $1,000. Pretty bad, right? So I was still like trying to get myself right again. I should have just stick to the same risk I was doing. But I don't know. At this point, my psychology was kind of bad. I don't know why. I haven't had this issue in a while. And oh my god, I'm extending myself so much. This is 2 weeks worth of trading recaps, but it is what it is. I'm just trying to get this over and post these 2 videos, which it is gonna be one before this one and then this one. And then you got here 2 losses. I lost $4,000. Basically, I was looking forward to the market to reject this area and go all the way up, which it ended up doing. Um, Wait, did I just got confused? Yeah, I got confused. So this trade right here, super dumb. I don't know what I was thinking, why I was selling. Probably because of this small movement to the downside. I don't know what was going through my mind. This is a perfect entry to a buy. Now that I'm looking at it, this was a super dumb decision right here. Those $4,000 were super dumb to lose. So look at this. Oh my god, bro. Why I decided to sell. That day was terrible. Oh my god, I don't want to see this anymore. I think this trade didn't play out either. Yep, didn't play out. I was expecting price to reject the zone right here. Didn't play out. Another $2,000 down the drain. And then this trade didn't play out. Another $2,000 down the drain. So I lost $8,000 at this point. And that count was sitting at 194. So it went all the way down to like 186. And my max drawdown, it is 184,000. So I was so close to lose this account, which I tried so hard to get. Like, you don't understand the stress that I was going through. It was horrible, bro. Um, then I decided to trade, if I'm not mistaken, on Friday. And I think I grabbed, let me see, what trade did I grab? No, I think I didn't trade Friday. My bad. Yeah, I didn't trade Friday at all. Cause I was not going to trade Friday. Especially not with that fat ass loss that I got right there. So I think I just waited. Oh no, yeah, I did a trade on Friday. My bad, guys. Let me show you the trade that I catch on Friday. Because now that I remember, I recovered from 185 that I was on all the way to 186, which I'm Still pretty down bad, but get ready for the biggest comeback you're gonna see in trading. I am pretty confident that the market is gonna give me an opportunity to redeem myself and get back to at least break even in about the next 2 weeks because I'm sitting at about $186,000, which is I'm pretty close to losing my account, which I'm gonna lower my risk and just manage to secure $1,000 per day to $1,500 per day. And this was a trade that I took on Friday, which put me at 186 instead of 185. So let's see what happens on Monday. Hopefully, I hop on another winning streak. I'm probably just gonna trade Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and maybe Thursday or maybe Friday. I'm just gonna trade 4 days this week, and that's it. And sticking only to my rules, just to New Year session, and that's it. Because I don't want to let my ego get in and do a bunch of craziness. Even though sometimes it plays out in my favor in London and Tokyo, I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to stick to my plan all the way till I get back to break even, and just stick it out with my plan until I get my payout. Just because I mess out on my rules and this happened. But it is what it is, guys. That's it for the video. That's it for the worst 2 weeks that I have on trading. And see you guys next. Hopefully, I am up from 186 to, let's put it at 190 or 191 in this week. That's gonna be a target. And then the next week after that, 196 to 187. And the week after that, let's say 200,000 break even. So the goal right now is break even in about 2.5 weeks to 3 weeks, and then profit in about a month, and then payout in about a month and a week. Let's put it that way. If it happens before, perfect. If it happens later, perfect as well. As long as I don't lose this account.